Good morning, or good afternoon, my revolutionary people. It is December 17th, Friday, December 17th. It is the Gemini Full Moon, I believe. It's the full moon. We are so close to winter solstice and Christmas and all the things. So close to the end of the year. What a year it has been. What a year. So I want to go ahead and read you what I just wrote because freedom of information is not a thing for my family, so I want to make sure everybody got to hear it and we can all think about it today because it's the end of the year. We need to reevaluate where we are and figure out where we want to go. So, a recap of destruction by the covert war games. This year has been overwhelming with all the things I have learned, not only about my family, but about the world. I am sure you all can relate. Let's go ahead and recap all the things my family cult is doing to destroy and disillusion us all. Number 1, epigenetic triggers of autism, dyslexia, other learning disabilities, diabetes, and all chronic illnesses. 2, covert genocide of all races, but especially Hispanic, Italian, and Black. And then number 3, dysfunctional processing of oxytocin by the way our society is set up. This steals our humanity and allows for crimes against humanity more willingly. 4, all the systems are set up to make us all fail. Even if we profit from one system, we are still set up to fail by all the others. Number 5, romantic love and marriage are sold to us as distractions, but what we are sold is not attainable. 6, health is sold to us in an unattainable version. 7, carb-filled diets are sold to us as a way to keep us manageable, small, and create disease, thus getting us to buy into the other systems more willingly. 8, marriage is a lie because the men in the war games prefer sex with other men, plus they molest children. 9, we are kept in a stress state to keep us in our reptilian brains. This keeps us small and limits our emotional spectrum. 10, food, drinks, and sex are used as distractions and addictions to keep us in our reptilian brains and keep us small and manageable. 11, potential is not an option. It is an unattainable uphill battle used as a distraction. 12, houses are created to distract us for a lifetime and create disease. 13, medical industry is created to enslave us, not heal us, but gets us to buy into learned helplessness. 14, candida overgrowth is created in our bodies by society, standard American diet, antibiotics, modern medicine, and public schools to make us accept learned helplessness on a biological level. 15, leaky gut is created to keep us malnourished, thus keeping us small, manageable, and diseased. 16, we are created to accept manageable life situations and relationships to keep us small, manageable, and diseased. 17, fear tactics are used against us to keep us small, manageable, and diseased. 18, misinformation and withholding of information is used to keep us small, manageable, and diseased. 19, people with cluster B personality disorders run the war games and the world and convince the masses that having an intact emotional spectrum is weak and dysfunctional. 20, we all live in a Truman Show, just to varying degrees, depending on how much we are taking part in the destruction of everything and everyone. 21, our bodies are biologically used as weapons against us by the systems. 22, you are made not to feel at home in your body, so you constantly seek comfort outside yourself, thus supporting the systems that aim to destroy you. 23, the stock market and alternative currencies are used as a tool and mirage to aid in the game of financial domination my family cult plays with us all. 24, we are sold conformity as the only way to gain control over our lives, but we are expected to conform to people who are mentally ill. 25, not only are our diets used to destroy us, the foods themselves have been genetically modified and created in labs to destroy us painfully and create disease. 26, The environment we all live in creates fatty liver and estrogen dominance to make us more manageable, small, and diseased. 27. Viruses and world events are created to make us live in a fear state and buy into learned helplessness, and that the systems are the ones who can, buy into learned helplessness, and that the systems are the ones that can save us. 28. Reproduction and pregnancy are used to keep women small, manageable, diseased, and invested in learned helplessness, and accepting of their place as a second-class citizen. 29. The epigenetic trigger of dyslexia steals your quantum field, taking away your ability to access and create limitless potential. 30. Marketing, television, advertising, social gatherings, sports, etc. are used to keep us seeking social norms and to keep us distracted, small, manageable, and diseased. 31. Our traditions and values are used as weapons against us to keep us small, manageable, and diseased. 32. Insulin resistance is created by numerous systems and leads to malnutrition, thus keeping us small, manageable, and diseased. 33. We are sold the idea that destroying others is the only way to save ourselves. But when we destroy others, we are destroying ourselves, because the systems of destruction do not allow for anyone to escape the destruction. 34. Emotional addiction is used to keep us all controlled, small, manageable, and diseased. 35. When we access our quantum field as a collective, we have more power than the systems ever will. Yet they expect us to buy into being small because they cannot access their own quantum field. This is why group meditation changes the world. 36. Any comfort offered to us is a means to destroy us and keep us small, manageable, and diseased. 37. We live in fear of having our comforts and privilege taken away. We spend our whole lives living in this fear because it is never escapable. The systems do not want you to experience real comfort and security. 38. Your gut bacteria and microbiome is used against you as a weapon to control your body, mind, and spirit. This is why hand sanitizer exists and antibacterial soap. 39. Your epigenetics are negatively impacted, so our children are born with gene mutations that cannot be reversed. 40. The worldwide war games are made up of different groups of people who wish to enslave their own people because their privilege would not exist without others being enslaved more than themselves. 41. Since the 1990s, the dyslexic epigenetic trigger has been impacting almost everyone who was born, and yet the systems are not set up to value what they have to offer. 42. The war games are a worldwide affair, just more covert in some places and more overt in others. 43. Everyone is trauma bonded to the systems that have destroyed them. This is why people who have experienced the most pain still sign up to fight this war for my family cult when called upon. 44. We are sold the idea that having humanity is weak rather than the true strength it is. 45. I'm the last person in a family and a place of power who has fought to keep my humanity, and I am willing to help the world change the systems. Yet not everyone who has been destroyed by the systems values my efforts, or me. 46. Shame is used to keep us all small and believing there is something wrong with us, that we are defective. 47. Absolutely no one is immune to the destruction of the systems. Even my father has cancer. 48. Estrogen dominance is used as a weapon against us all because it allows cancer to grow quicker and allows for our brains to reinforce addictive behaviors more. 49. Fasting kills cancer, but doctors cannot recommend it as treatment because they are under orders to practice medicine rather than healing. 50. Shame causes OCD and perfectionism, keeping us stuck in our heads and distracted, small, manageable, and diseased. 51. Our potentials have been stolen from us all, but we accept that we are the reason we do not succeed to the level that we are destined to. 52. We are not taught how to accept things because then we would 52. We are not taught how to accept things because then we would find a solution. We are taught learned helplessness to keep us paralyzed and victims. 53. We have the power to overcome this covert war because who we are is dictated by the small everyday things we do. One more time. 53. We have the power to overcome this covert war because who we are is dictated by the small everyday things we do. 54. We each are special individuals who are born for greatness. The war games and conformity steals this from us. 55. Public schools are used to force us to conform and break us as children to prepare us for a lifetime of destruction by the systems. 56. Religion is used as a war game's weapon. God and love are used against us all. 57. The war games are a covert war, yet everyone plans and lives their life dictated by them, by choice. It's not an overt war. 58. Munchausen by proxy is accepted as normal, even though to destroy another, we destroy ourselves first. 59. Life is supposed to be easy and put us at ease, yet we allow the war games to complicate every aspect of our lives. 60. There is a time and place for vicious. Instead of being vicious with the systems that destroy and enslave us all, we are being vicious with each other. Okay, so that pretty much sums it up. There are a ton more details, but you all get the idea. We are being destroyed and we are allowing it. We are blessed because in some places this war game is overt, and here we are letting a covert war game get the best of us. How do you think this makes the people who live with the overt war games feel? We all have been blessed, and it's our duty not only to stand up for what's right, but to stand up for the world. We are all equal and deserving. Okay, my revolutionary people, I would like it very much if you would think about these things today. It's our duty to think more than about ourselves. I encourage you to think about more than just yourself. Think about how this revolution can change the world. Think about that little girl in a third world country halfway across the world that we could help today just by standing up for what's right. Think about that little old man halfway across the world who has lived with injustice his whole life and is dying an unjust death. We can stand up for him too. We can stand up for everyone by taking a stand. That's all we have to do. And it's not hard. In some places in the world, it would be harder than what it is here. We are lucky. We are blessed. We are all privileged. We need to use this privilege for good. We need to change the world. And that means with changing ourselves first. That's how you change the world. You change yourself. I love you, my revolutionary people. Happy Friday. Happy full moon. We'll talk again soon.